Krishna. Ba Girivana Dari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivana Dari Sodanandana Vrtajana Ranjana Jasodanandana Vrtajana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunjavihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunjavihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivana Dari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivana Dari Sodanandana Vrtajana Ranjana Yasodanandana Vrtajana Ranjana Yamunatira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Mr. Paramahansa Prabhupada last appears at the Srimad, His Divine Grace. Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, Srila Prabhupada, Ananta Gota Vaishnavani ki jai, Srila Haridas Thakur ki jai, ISKCON founder Acharya, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Prem Gaho Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhara, Srivasati Gaur Bhaktivedanta ki jai, Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopalya Samakun Radha Kun Giri Govardhan Ki Jai, Shri Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai, Shri Maya Pranavi Dham Ki Jai, Ganga Maya Ki Jai, Jamuna Maya Ki Jai, Tulsi Devi Ki Jai, Bhakti Devi Ki Jai, Samveda Bhakti Vrinda Ki Jai, Transcendental Book Distribution Ki Jai, Harinam Sankirtan Ki Jai, Gopimanandi, all glorious some devotees, all glorious some devotees, all glorious some devotees, all glorious Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So reading from the Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4, Chapter 24, Text number 35. Sankarsanaya Suksmaya Durandhaya Takaya Cha Namo Vishva Prabodhaya Pradyumnayantar Atmane Sankarsanaya Suksmaya Durandhaya Takaya Cha Namo Vishva Prabodhaya Pradyumnayan Atmane Sankarsanaya Suksmaya Durandhaya Takaya Cha Namo Vishva Prabodhaya Pradyumnayan Atmane Sankarsanaya Suksmaya Durandhaya Namo Vishva Prabodhaya Pradyumnayan Sankarsanaya Suksmaya Sankarsanaya unto the Master of Integration, Suksmaya unto the subtle unmanifested material ingredients, Durandhaya unto the insurpassable, Antakaya unto the Master of Disintegration, Cha also, Namaha obeisances, Vishwaprabodhaya unto the Master of the development of the universe, Pradyumnaya unto Lord Pradyumna, Anta Atmane unto the super soul in everyone's heart. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. My dear Lord, you are the origin of the subtle material ingredients, the master of all integration as well as the master of all disintegration, the predominating deity named Sankarshan, and the master of all intelligence, known as the predominating deity Pradyumna. Therefore I offer my respectful obeisances. unto you. Purport. The whole universe is maintained by the integrating power of the Supreme Lord, who is known in that potency by the name Sankarshan. The material scientists may have discovered the law of gravity, which maintains the integration of objects within the material energy, yet the master of all integration can create devastation by the disintegrating, blazing fire emanating from his mouth. A description of this can be found in the 11th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, wherein the universal form of the Lord is described. The master of integration is also the destroyer of this world by virtue of its disintegrating energy. Sankarshan is the master of integration and disintegration, whereas Pradyumna, another feature of Lord Vasudeva, is responsible for universal growth and maintenance. The word Sukshmaya is significant because within this gross material body there are subtle material bodies, namely mind, intelligence, and ego. It's interesting. There are also bodies within the body. The Lord, in his different features, Vasudeva, Aniruddha, Pradyumna, and Sankarshan, maintains both the gross and subtle material elements of this world. As mentioned in Bhagavad Gita, the gross material elements are earth, water, fire, air, and ether, and the subtle material elements are mind, intelligence, and ego. All of them are controlled by the Supreme Personality of Godhead as Vasudeva, Sankarshan, Pradyumna, and Aniruddha. And this will be further explained in the following verse. Om Jnanatamandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshram Militam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Mukham Goptavachalam Pongam Longhayate Yat Kripa Taraham Bande Shri Gurum Dinadaram Vanchikapa Trubhyasta Kripa Sindhu Bhyevacha Patitanam Pavanevya Vaishnave Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. This statement here that the mind, intelligence, and ego are also bodies within this gross body is shown in that pastime where Lord Brahma, when he was creating, somehow there were some males he had created that were approaching him in a sexual mood, and he was shocked, and it's described that he was laughing like ridiculous, but they were serious. So then he prayed to the Lord, and the Lord said, "You have to give up these bodies, these subtle bodies." So he did that. So these thoughts are also subtle bodies. Thoughts within the mind, they're also subtle bodies. So there's sinful thoughts, there's evil thoughts. These are all subtle bodies. And there's also devotional thoughts, spiritual thoughts. So these are the thoughts that we want to increase. By this devotional service, we increase these devotional thoughts, completely replace them with all these evil, sinful thoughts. There's a name for Krishna called Diyam Pati. Means he's the Lord of intelligence. So it's like there's different names, there's actually unlimited names of Krishna, just like the waves in the ocean. So this is one of his names, Diyam Pati. So just like we pray to Krishna, these different names, so we can pray to Krishna for intelligence, by which we can increase our devotional desires. If we pray sincerely, then Krishna, he'll give us direction on how to do the right thing. There's so many instances where we could do the right thing or we can do the wrong thing. And in Kali Yuga, most people are doing the wrong thing, unfortunately. But we're getting good guidance here in srimadbhagavatam from Srila Prabhupada, so we can always do the right thing, always know what to do, the right thing. And not only that, we also have senior devotees, and so it's a wonderful society we've joined, by which we could always understand what is the right thing to do. And Krishna says, the Dhammi Buddhi Yoga, I give the intelligence by which they can do the right thing. And what is the most righteous thing one can do? Go towards Krishna. Whatever is favorable for our thinking of Krishna, for our serving Krishna, this is the right thing to do. And of course there's many things that we should not do. There's there's 6 things that destroy our devotional service. What is that? What's the verse? Atyahara prayasascha prajalpo niyama janasangastu dauyamja sadvirbhakya vinasyati. So, accepting things that are favorable. Atyahara prajalpo niyama. So many things that are favorable for our advancement in Krishna consciousness. Prajalpo. If we do rejecting things that are unfavorable, accepting things that are favorable, and not talking prajalpa. There's one instance where one devotee, Raghunath Das Goswami, he was associating there with Lord Chaitanya, serving Lord Chaitanya, and he was so humble that he would never speak directly to Lord Chaitanya. He would speak to him through Srova Damodar. So he asked him, what is my duty? And he gave him 8 things. 8 things. He said, don't talk like the people in general. Don't talk prajalpa. Don't hear what they have to say also. Don't speak like them. Don't hear what they have to say. Just like so many people around the world, they listen to the news. And Prabhupada said, my disciples, they don't read the news. And he was amazed. He said, he's just like the New York Times, the Sunday New York Times. You couldn't possibly read it in the whole day. Yeah. And what do they do after they read some of it? In the trash. Right. Where it belongs. What's it saying? No news? Good news. So, of course, we always have good news. This is a good news movement. We hear the good news in the morning, Srimad Bhagavatam class. In the evening, there's Bhagavad Gita class. And then throughout the day, there's devotional service. That's our transcendental sandwich. Hearing and chanting in the morning, hearing and chanting in the evening, devotional service in the middle. So he said, don't talk like the people in general, nor hear what they have to say. Don't eat very opulent prasadam. Don't dress very nicely. Always offer respects to others. Don't desire respect for yourself. Always chant the holy name of Krishna. And within your mind, serve Radha and Krishna within the transcendental land of Vrindavan. These are the 8 instructions he gave to him. So, of course, important for us to also follow. In this way we could increase our subtle devotional bodies within us, in our mind, intelligence, ego. It's interesting that there's these 8 energies, but only 3 can be seen with our eyes. Right? Earth, water, fire. All the others you can't see. But people think, well, if I can't see it, don't exist. Right? People have such faith in their eyes. Chanakya Pandit said that the dog, they see with their nose. They're always smelling. Right? The karmis, they see with their eyes. They're always saying there's so much, therefore there's so much advertisement. Eyes, the TVs. I remember I was in the airport one time, and there's programs going, there's commercials. Just commercials now, they last like 10 seconds, 20 seconds, just to keep the attention. Because the eyes, they just got to see. There are so many things to see. But the devotee sees with his ears. Jnana chakshus, sees by hearing. So this is a devotee. We want to see by hearing. We see who is pure by hearing. It's like there's so many swamis, and the cool way to look, as a yogi or a swami, is the long beard. Right? That's the yogi look. They got the long beard. But actually, it's the yogi or the swami or the teacher that is teaching the truth. This is the actual teacher. So many of these yogis are cheaters. There was one swami who taught his students, do whatever you want. Anything you want, just do it. And Krishna will be pleased. He got a little reversed, right? No, we do whatever is pleasing to Krishna, then we're happy. So, Kali Yuga, everything gets topsy-turvy. So, so many come to cheat. Therefore, there's the cheaters, and there's the cheated. So there's so many things that are attractive in this world to the mind and senses. What is most attractive, very attractive, as described by Prahlad Maharaj. He says, money is the honey. People like money. And there's a saying, probably heard this, money is the root of all evil. But actually the actual statement, it got changed. It's in the Bible, from the Bible. That the love for money is the root of all evil. Yeah, that's the actual statement. That's the greed. Love for money is the root of all evil. So in other words, greed. It's like there's 3 things, I think it's Chanakya Pandit also, 3 things that are very degrading to the living entity. Greed, lust, and pride. Pride, which is related. So people become so greedy. I was just recently, I heard this about one statistic. In the University of Massachusetts, they were studying very, very wealthy people, 25 million and over. They were studying these people, their consciousness and their moods and what was found is they were very fearful. They were fearful. One thing they were fearful of is losing it. Of course, you have something, you're afraid of losing it. But also, they weren't secure. They would be secure if they had 25% more of what they have. 25% more. 25% if they have more. Then they would feel more secure. Otherwise they didn't feel secure. And there was an instance in India of in London, billionaire, Indian man, very wealthy, billionaire. But this is during like the 2008, there was that financial crisis. So he lost a few $1 million. And he was in huge anxiety. I mean, a few $1 million, like a few bucks for a multi-billionaire, But he was afraid I'm going to keep losing. I'm going to keep losing. He was coming to the temple and he was praying to the deities that he'd not lose it. So pious, It's amazing, So greed. Well, people want more and more and more. Never enough. But a devotee is very happy. Just simple living, high thinking. It's interesting, in the srimadbhagavatam it's stated that Sanatana Goswami accepted the goddess of renunciation. Accepted the goddess of renunciation. Interesting, huh? He was very wealthy. He was like a prime minister. But he gave it all up and accepted the goddess of renunciation. Because renunciation is also, it's a wealth. To be renounced, it's a wealth. To be satisfied with practically nothing, that's a wealth. The goddess of renunciation. Actually, there's one word I'm missing there. We can look it up maybe. Goddess of renunciation. I'm missing one word there. It makes it a little more rich. Huh? Oh yeah, okay. You'll look it up there. But it's interesting. Huh? This is real wealth. To be satisfied in just serving Krishna. To be satisfied serving Krishna. We don't need much. And therefore it's stated that the youthful goddess of renunciation, just like a very attractive lady, youthful goddess, very attractive. But what's more attractive than that is to be renounced and to have this pure desire to serve Krishna. Just like Raghunath Das Goswami again. He was the son of a very, very wealthy, multi-millionaire, just filthy rich. But he didn't want to stay with his father. He wanted to go and serve Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And he was trying to escape. And he couldn't escape. His father had to get guards to make sure he didn't escape. And he gave him a beautiful wife. Thinking, well, maybe this will do it. But no. She was probably, I'm sure she was like a goddess, youthful goddess. But he wasn't interested at all. So his wife said, can't we chain him up? And her husband said, foolish woman, we've given him a wife that is so beautiful, like a goddess of fortune, so beautiful. And that's not keeping him? You think the little chains are going to keep him? It's not going to work. It's not going to happen. So finally he was able to escape. And he went to Lord Chaitanya. And he stayed with him for many, many, many years. So that's wealth. And he lived so simply. He was just, it's described that he would just be around the temple and he would accept alms from people. But then he thought, this is like a prostitute, maybe this person will give, maybe this person won't give, So then he was just, all he was eating was the rejected rice around the temple that even the cows would reject. Imagine. Then Lord Chaitanya heard about this and he went to Raghunath. He said, why are you keeping this to yourself? Why are you keeping this feast to yourself? No, Lord Chaitanya, you shouldn't eat this. No, this is rejected. You can't eat this. No, this is nectar. Mahaprasad. So, and he was so happy. You know. He was so happy. So, freedom of these material things is very good. So greed, lust is another one, of course. This degrades the living entity. This is actually, this lust is it's a perverted reflection of our love for Krishna. And it's actually, Krishna explains in the Gita, Evam Bure Parang Budva Samstabhyatmanamatma Jahi Satam Mahavo Kamarum Darasaram. Knowing oneself to be transcendental in material senses, mind, and intelligence, one should carefully engage in Krishna consciousness and slay this formidable enemy known as lust. This is the main enemy of the living entity. But people are bewildered by this. So just to get free of this is very difficult. As it's described that in the srimadbhagavatam, that only, what's his name? Uddhava is free of this sex desire, right? It's in there in the Bhagavatam. It's very difficult. It's a huge challenge for the living entity to get free of this. But it's possible. Visyavanivartante nara. If we get this higher taste, this is the higher taste, service to Krishna. This satisfies the soul. And then of the three of these, the lust, the greed, and the pride, which one is the worst? Pride. Pride is the worst. Why? Because when you're proud, you can't take good instruction. Even it's said, if you give a good instruction, if you give good instruction to a fool, what happens? He gets angry. He gets angry. Can't accept because he's proud. So therefore, humility is so important. This humility is the crown jewel. It's the crown jewel of devotional service. This humility. So it's so important that we cultivate this, yeah? And get free of all these lust and greed and anger, all this contamination. Prabhupada gives the example that, like rain comes from the sky, in the clouds, and it's pure, distilled water. And then it comes to the earth, and it mixes with the dirt, and it becomes muddy. It becomes dirty. So we also were pure, but we come to the material world, we become dirty. Right? But it's possible to become purified. Just like rainwater, although it's mixed with the mud, it can be purified. There's water purifiers. Of course, it can't be too much mud, but it can be purified. So we can also get purified. There's a nice statement in the Srimad Bhagavatam. Pravishta karma randraina svanam bhavasururam dunoti salam salilasya yatasharat. That the literary incarnation of Krishna, the Srimad Bhagavatam, enters into the heart of the self-realized devotee, and it cleanses it of all lust, anger, greed, envy, illusion, madness. And thus it acts like autumnal rain upon muddy pools of water. Yeah. Just like here out on the sidewalk, there might be some hole in the sidewalks, and there might be some mud in the hole, and then some big pour down of rain comes. So when the rain immediately hits, it's going to be muddy. But as the rain keeps on hitting, then eventually the mud is removed. Yeah. So we have this mud in our heart, but by this continual hearing and chanting, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, then eventually all this dirt is going to be removed. And there'll be that pure desire to serve Krishna. So this is the result of hearing and chanting. So here in this verse, actually in the purport also, to explain this integration and disintegration. There's the creating and there's the destruction. So Krishna, he is known as Satya Sankalpa. Besides Dravida, does anybody know what Satya Sankalpa means? What does it mean, Dravida? Whatever he wants, it happens. That's Krishna. This is God. When we want to do something, so much endeavor, just like we bought this land here in Escondido, still there. It's our land. We wanted to build a big temple there, and so much money was coming, but not enough. How much were we short? Oh my, we were real short. 11 million. And we were real short. So, hey, it's still possible, I guess, right? Still got the property there. By Krishna's mercy, anything is possible. But, now that was, how long have we had that property? 10 years? 20 years! 20 years we've had that property. With a big plan to build a beautiful temple there. We had the architectural design, everything, right?
Yeah, because when I joined it, they were talking about it.
Oh, all right. And you've been here for how long? How many years you've been here? 13 years.
99.
Got it in 1999. Okay, so 21 years. Big plan. Architectural design was there. Everything, right? Everything looked good. Money's coming in. Didn't happen, unfortunately. Of course, it may happen. But with Krishna, whatever he wants, it just happens. Just like in Dwarka, 16,000 palaces. Now, those are probably pretty good sized palaces, for Krishna and his wives. And it didn't, not that it took years. I mean, it generally would have taken years and years and years, but Krishna just had to pop up. So this is Krishna, and these universes, by Krishna's arrangement. Of course, he has Lord Brahma, but Lord Brahma, he also can't do anything on his own, only by Krishna's mercy. But it's interesting that sometimes there's no Lord Brahma to manage the universe. He got to be pretty qualified to create a universe. But sometimes there's no Brahma, so Krishna has to do it himself. So he takes that position of Lord Brahma, and he does the creation. Of course, his main thing is the maintenance. Lord Brahma, he does the creation. Lord Shiva, he does the dance of destruction. That'd be an interesting thing to see. Lord Shiva doing the dance of destruction. But Krishna, he does the maintenance, which is the most difficult to maintain. Just like we got this temple in 1977, 78. And of course it took a lot of work just to get it the way it is now. But to maintain it, that's the most difficult. Cleaning, maintaining. So Krishna, he does that. So Krishna, he's a very good manager. He knows what he's doing. But sometimes Krishna, he's a little perplexed, because sometimes there's Prabhupada, I was listening to Prabhupada, he said sometimes there's thieves there's pious thieves. They're praying to God, please God, help me to steal without getting caught. And then the pious householders are also praying, God, please protect my home so that nothing is stolen. So he's got these people praying in these different ways. Of course, Krishna probably directs the thief to go to a place where the householder isn't praying, to God for protections. He's not going to go there. So yeah, Krishna, he has quite a job, but it's with no effort. It's a big job, So many universes all over the creation, but Krishna, he just does it without any difficulty, no anxiety. So, any questions or comments?
So you're mentioning about, lust, anger, greed, these different things. And one devotee told me one time, he said that, I'm just wondering if you could comment on this, that Krishna, he hates pride more than he hates lust. Yeah. Maybe you could comment.
Krishna hates pride more than he hates lust. Because pride is the thinking that I'm the doer, I'm the enjoyer, without considering there's a supreme controller. Yeah. But with lust, there's many people that, even ourselves, we all have this lust within us. But we have that desire to get free of lust, and to depend on Krishna and to serve Krishna. But the more one has pride, the more difficult it is to surrender to Krishna, to depend on Krishna. Yeah, it's a thicker contaminant. Therefore, humility. We were hearing yesterday how knowledge, there's so many different elements of knowledge, and the first one, humility. And then also this verse, Trinadapi Sunichena Tarora Pisa Histana Mayana Mayana Kirtaniya Sadhari. One should think of oneself lower than the strongest tree, more tolerant than a tree, devoid of all sense of falsehood, ready to offer all respect to others without desiring respect for oneself. In such a state of mind, we could chant the holy name constantly. And Krishnadas Kaviraj says this verse is so important, it should be worn around one's neck, strung by the holy name. One devotee had this verse tattooed around their neck. Is it? Oh, yeah. So, this is so important. This humility, it's the crown jewel of devotional service. And what's interesting is these can all be used in the service of Krishna. Lust means desire. It's like it said that the gopis, they were lusty to serve Krishna, but it's not material lust. So lust also means desire. So we can desire to serve Krishna, and this is actually the main point on getting close to Krishna. What is it? Krishna bhakti rasa bhavitamati kriyatam yadikotopi labhyate tataloyam apimoyam janmakoti sukater na labhyate. That to attain this love for Krishna, we have to have intense desire, loyam, intense desire. Even by performing pious activities for many millions of births, one cannot attain this love, this Krishna bhakti. But it's only by this intense desire, loyam, this intense desire, strong desire to serve Krishna, that we can attain this Krishna bhakti. So desire to serve Krishna, greedy to serve Krishna. And we can be proud of Krishna. Just like before I joined, I heard that a saintly person is someone who, when he walks, his head is down, showing humility. And I thought, well, that sounds nice. But then we always see Prabhupada. He's got his head up. when I first saw that, I thought, well, that's unusual. But Prabhupada was proud of being a servant of Krishna. He was proud of serving Krishna, being a humble servant of Krishna. And he was speaking about this, and he was speaking about these different orders, or these different varnas, the Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, and Sudra, how they were, first, second, third, and fourth. And he was speaking, this was at an outside program, some park, not at Balboa's, I think it was in Europe. And one person challenged him. So which level are you on? And Prabhupada said, I'm on the 5th level, because I'm servant of all. It kind of caught him off guard, he didn't know what to say. So Prabhupada's very humble, but he would walk with his head up, proud to be a servant of Krishna. We can be proud to be servants. Sometimes I know there's be devotees, someone would ask them, they'd be on book distribution, someone would ask them, so which movement are you with? Oh, we're Vaishnavas, Gaudiya Math. Are you Hare Krishnas? Well, they also read these books. They wouldn't come out. They're kind of ashamed. But no, as soon as someone asks, are you Hare Krishna? Yeah, I'm Hare Krishna. Proud to be a Hare Krishna. I'm proud to be a Hare Krishna. It's a wonderful society. And anybody that looks into the society, actually observes objectively, will see that it's a nice society. There was one survey, I don't know if I mentioned this, there was a survey once in Miami. They just called at random people there in Miami, what is it you like the most about the Hare Krishnas? And they said that they sing and dance in public places. That's what they like the most. We're the only people in the world that go out to the public and sing and dance, and sometimes really fired up. We're the only ones. Actually, there was one time, I think I was in Slovakia or somewhere. I was visiting a temple, and I looked out, and there was a big group of Christians walking down the street. And I think they had signs, but I don't think they were singing. We're the only ones that go out and sing and dance in public areas. So people like that. I met one lady on Harinam. I went over to distribute a book to her, and she bought a book, and she said, I travel around the world. I see you people everywhere. You're the happiest people in the world. So I felt good. I felt proud. I joined the right movement. So hopefully we'll be able to go out on Harinams. Before the lockdown, you used to have Harinams regularly? Yeah. So hopefully we'll open up with that again. The president opened up for religious activities, only in the temple, or can we go out also? They probably won't let us go out and sing yet. Georgia has opened up. We're distributing books there now. Yeah. So hopefully gradually things will open up. Anything else? Okay. Thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai.